Hi, my name's Tom and I'm going to show you the best moto vlogging settings. I'm going to do that and talk about 3 areas that are the most important things when videoing and taking a picture. Right, we'll just start Resolve up here, and as you can see I've got a picture, and I think that the first thing that we have to talk about when talking about picture quality, if you look in this picture here, you'll notice that the GoPro is receiving masses of light. The thing that I found to have really the biggest influence on whether you're getting a good picture or not is light. And it is an important part of this. We're going to talk about, very quickly, we're going to talk about light, we're going to talk about the GoPro settings, and we're going to talk about how to take them settings, how to take the picture from the camera using DaVinci Resolve. We're going to click a few things, click, click, click here and there. We're going to make an amazing picture. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but none of that works and none of it is effective unless you have a good picture. So you have to have plenty of light. So you really want to be videoing in a blue sky, if not a blue sky with a little bit of cloud. That's always going to get your best quality picture. So that's the first and really the simplest thing to talk about is light. The more light that you've got, the better the picture that you will get. Happy? Okay, next thing is the camera settings. Okay, we're going to talk very briefly about the GoPro settings. This is a GoPro Hero 8. Forgive my crude setup, but I actually don't know any other way of doing this, so I'll briefly go through it for you. It's really easy. The resolution, the FPS, is 2.7K 60 frames a second. You want the lens on super view and the hyper smooth on. The hyper smooth, the fancy hyper smooth 2 doesn't work with super view. It doesn't matter. The hyper smooth, just the standard one, is really good, so don't sweat it. 2.7K 60 frames a second, super view, hyper smooth on. Low light not important, zoom not important, clips off. Right, this is important. Pro tunes. So the reason that you've bought a Hero 8 is this thing here, high bit rate. A high bit rate means that it will capture much more information. So the camera is working much harder. Admittedly, it reduces the battery time, but not that much. Use the high bit rate for the highest and best quality picture. I leave my shutter on auto, my EV comp on 0, my white balance on auto, my ISO minimum on 100 and my ISO maximum on 200. My sharpness I leave high. I personally like a sharp picture. If you want a cinematic, more sort of movie style picture, you would change the sharpness. Me personally, I like it nice and snappy, nice and sharp. And this color flat is the most important bit. So color flat is, if you leave that on GoPro, your picture will look crap. There's just no two ways about it. It will look very black where it's black and very white where it's white. It'll be stupidly contrasty and look terrible. Leave that on color flat, and we're going to do a literally 2-minute thing on DaVinci Resolve to fix that, and it will look amazing. Happy so far? Good. Right. So once you've got your camera settings all sorted and you've taken your video footage, you'll notice that me personally, I like to put the camera on top of my head, and it makes for just a sort of a slightly better all-round view. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you now how to take this raw footage and make it look amazing. So right now, as you see, and there's us crossing a bridge here in New Zealand, it's actually not a bad picture without doing anything. The GoPros are amazing. But what I want to do is I want to teach you exactly what I do to make this look incredible. So what we're going to do is, I'll just show you this very briefly. We've got in edit here. This is my fully completed, fully edited story. All right, that's the day's worth of footage. I've been through it, I've edited it, I've put it, I use 2 cameras, so you can see there's a camera here, that's number 1 camera, and the other one, this one here, I'll just join that, that is number 2. All right, that's number 2 camera. So I can flick, if you just look very briefly, this is nothing to do with color grading, but if I click on that very briefly, I press D, that's the other camera. At that particular day, the other camera was facing back at me. If I press D again, I'm straight onto the other camera. Now, how I do that is a whole other video. Today we're going to talk about color grading, so let's very briefly go into color grading. So what I'm going to do is, in DaVinci Resolve, is once I've finished editing, I am going to go to this one here, color, and I'm going to show you now just the real simple steps of how to do this. Let's just press spacebar first of all, just to show you what's happening. Essentially what's happening here is this picture that you see in is shown down here in a scope, in a waveform, and that waveform is essentially information, digital information. And here at the top is the light, at the bottom is the dark, and in the middle is the contrast. So you can see, you watch as I pass this motorbike here, you can just see, can you see it there? There is the motorbike there. So it's kind of a digital representation of what the camera is picking up in the way of light. So the first thing we want to do is we want to come over to this gain, and underneath the gain is a little sliding bar, and we just want to click on that, and we just want to move that. Can you see what's happening on the right hand side there? I'm just going to move that so this digital information there is not lost. If I just click there, I'll just show you what it was before. Look at all that information that's been cut off. That basically means that things that are really, really, really white, you're losing all the detail. So bring that down to somewhere around there. Let's press spacebar again. Can you see I've brought the information down? Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the dark. Down here, look, this information's been lost. So if you go over to lift, click on the little bar there, and I just want to lift that so that the dark, the information from the dark, is not cut off. Easy. All right, let's put that back. And then finally, this is, I'm telling you, this is really, really easy. This white bar should be in the middle. At the moment it's too high. What you're getting is, if you look at this picture, very, very bright. So using the gamma is essentially contrast. Same thing again. I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to bring it down so that that white patch sits in the middle. Now, out of all of them, this is the only one that you can really play with. So if I press Control F and look now, what I'm looking for is that the black is black and not too dark. So I might just bring that down just a little touch more. Let's have another look, shall we? Let's go back to the start. You don't want it too contrasty, but you want it contrasty enough that you see the detail in the distance. Alright, done. That's it. Now we're going to click the magic button. Saturation down here. See this down here? I'm going to click on it. I'm going to put it on 65. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to watch the video again. Done. That is it. Now watch the difference when this ends and goes into the next picture. See that? So what it's done is, I'm going to click on clips up here, look, in the top right hand corner. This is the one that I've just edited. This one here. Watch what happens when it goes to the next one. Oof, totally different. What I want to do is, I want to take these settings here and I want to apply them to all of my video there, the whole thing. Look at all these edited pictures. That's the whole thing. Alright, so we're gonna, let me find it, there it is. Dead easy. All I'm gonna do is click on it, click Alt 1, then click Control A. That selects every single clip. Now I'm gonna click Control 1. Boom. Alright, that's done, that's it. It just made every single clip in your video the same as the one that I've just edited. So let's look at it now. There's Bruno going across the bridge. Looking pretty good. Should clip into a fully picture edited picture. Now, final thing, final touches. What I do, final thing is scroll along here. Let's find a picture where the sun is behind me, because sometimes it's good just to double check what you. This is a good one. Let's just have a look at this. Does it look right? Actually, this isn't a good one because I'm seriously breaking the speed limit on that one. So let's check this one. Okay. Does it look right? Does it look right? I think it does. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm looking for is that the shadow is, see the shadow here? That, you don't want that black. If it's black, it's wrong. You should be able to see the detail in the dark here. You should still be able to see. So I'll give you an example. If I scroll back there, what I can do is I can now tweak this picture. Let's see, I can, if you look on the colour here, that's going through the trees, going past the biker. So my contrast is still sitting smack bang in the middle. I'm actually happy with that. I'm happy with that. I think that's it, folks. Alright, let's just do one more double check of some. Let's have a look how this looks here. Yep. Yep. See, the black is not too black. You go too dark, when YouTube changes it, YouTube will always lose a bit of resolution, a little bit of quality, and it makes it more black and white. So you don't want to go too black. That's it. That is it. So just to recap, it is. I'm gonna wipe this now. I'm gonna completely get rid of all the settings of this, and I'm gonna show you how to do it one last time on a completely different video. I'm always gonna try and do it when the sun is behind me, because it's really difficult to do it when the sun's in front. But just because this is a tutorial, I'm going to do one with the sun in front. Here we go. I am going to wipe the settings, offset, gain, gamma, lift, all down to normal. Alright, so we're looking at our scopes here. We're bringing the light down, we're bringing the dark up so that this is not hindered by the edge. We're going to bring the contrast up. If it does that, just have another go. We're going to bring the contrast down to the dotted bar. You can see as I'm doing it how the picture's changing. Alright, and then we're going to put the saturation on 65. That is it. That is how easy it is to make a picture look amazing. I hope that was helpful. If you've got any other questions, please let me know. I do intend to do more of these videos if this one works. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. Hopefully that is a simple way of color grading to make your bike pictures look amazing. Cheers guys, see ya.